Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of Aussie Tech Crypto, a show about cryptocurrency from an Australian viewpoint. I'm your host, Jason Oakley, and this is my co-host, Will Tomkinson. Hey, Will.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Good. High five.
Wait. I'm going to... Yep.
Hey.
Yeah. We'll practice for next week.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad for a Monday night.
Monday, yeah, it's Monday. None of us were blowing up graphics cards or computers or anything in the past.
No, we had no sound issues and had no video issues or driver issues, and there was no problems with any software or cables nothing at all.
Down.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't happen to any of us.
I forgot to ask, did you actually transfer any fiat to BTC Markets or Binance?
No, I'm waiting for that part of the show.
Okay. That's a prerequisite for the show. That's all right. You can do that and then do the thing.
No, we've kind of had a few technical difficulties, so I'm kind of all out of whack this week.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're professionals, damn it.
As we'll find out later, I did get as far as mining, so I do actually technically own some crypto.
Yes.
He's
so it's not an entire loss. He's Lamboing to the moon.
Yeah.
He's actually got a stack of Lambos that reach up to the moon.
Yeah.
It's breaking the fourth wall there. Hang on. There we go.
I was going to, I was supposed to get stuff ready ahead of time, but everything just fell apart. And then it's really bad week to invest in anything at all because I started holidays this week and my car blew up this week. So it's been great.
And your other car doesn't work?
I got one car that blown up. I got one. Yeah, I got 3 cars and none of them work thanks to 3 different mechanics.
You'll have to push them faster. Hey, son, can you just get out? Have you seen Flintstone, son? Yeah.
But
she says, "I'll tell you what, you can yabba dabba too." So yes, after Mr. T becomes more financial again, we'll talk about a coin that you can work on investing in, but
so it has to be the
invested in it, and it's just come down in value, so it'd be a good time to buy because it's going to have to go back up again.
So I'm not going to invest in that. I am going to invest in that one. Where was it? Let me see if I can quickly find it. We're talking. I was going to invest in that
Australia coin.
What was that? Australia coin? Yeah. Just because. Exactly.
Mate. She'll be right. Chuck another coin on the Barbie. It's true.
Yeah, pretty much.
Crikey, stone the crows.
Part of the reason I want to do it is because when you read their thing about mining, it's great. It says it's saying that just a few shakes of a lamb's tail, you can start earning coins by mining the Australia coin. You may have heard that mining cryptocurrency is a techie process that involves XCPCs, except this is not necessarily true during the creation of a new big blockchain. Since the Australia Coin network is new, the mining difficulty is currently easy peasy, though easy peasy enough to successfully mine on most modern CPUs, including old laptops. It's very possible to mine thousands of Australia coins before Smoko, whilst the difficulty remains low. So, just
CPU,
for that particular reason,
he says, "Wow, it must be a very simple algorithm."
So just because of that, I think I'm going, as soon as I've got my full graphics card tied up for GPU usage, but I'm running no CPU, I might have to load this one up as well and do some CPU work at the same time.
The algorithm goes, if mining equals 1, then coin plus.
Coin true equals true, yeah.
Striker says he's mined about 300 Australia coins in the last hour on a shitty old laptop. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm just going to give it a go because, hey, why not? At this point...
people are wondering, yes, you can talk to us on Twitch while we're streaming and recording this and also on our Discord.
Yep, both of those are live. We will eventually figure out how to cross-mogenate them, but apparently we've got to be more successful and have more people and be interesting.
Be richer. You have to be rich to make money.
That's it, yeah. That's it. Your first 2 million's the hardest.
Yeah. After that... piece of cake. Just so Elon Musk, how easy it was for him. He's selling flamethrowers now.
I know it's
From his
completely off
whole
topic,
boring
but I
company.
kind of saw something about that, and I'm like, what?
I suppose we better get
I have to admit, his name creation is on point. Like his mining company is called the Boring Company. Well, he's not his mining company, his tunneling company is called the Boring Company. You know, I love his naming regime. I think it's fantastic.
boring as. All right. Each week we hope to bring you interesting information about the crypto world and what it's all about.
Or not.
From a newbie perspective. This episode, we talk about mining crypto coins. Why do it? What hardware do I need? What software can I use? But first, crypto news. While the value of cryptocurrencies continues to fluctuate, the desire for people to mine them hasn't abated at all. In fact, many individuals look for additional ways to enhance their cryptocurrency mining. One option that many have turned to is the notorious CoinHive code that's often embedded in websites. Now it's showed up in YouTube ads as users of the video streaming platform are complaining of having their computers used to mine crypto for some third party. The affected ads were from Google's DoubleClick platform. Basically, the ads contained JavaScript that enabled cryptocurrency mining through CoinHive. YouTube users found their computer resources being consumed at a high rate, 80%, to mine Monero. So, that's a bit nasty there, but it's been...
Google... Sorry. I was going to say Google responds.
Google does not recommend investing in Monero for other people by using your CPU.
Yeah, basically. Mining cryptocurrency through ads is a relatively new form of abuse that violates our policies and one that we've been monitoring actively. We enforce our policies through a multi-layered detection system across our platform, which we update as new threats emerge. In this case, the ads were blocked in less than 2 hours and the malicious actors were quickly removed from our platforms.
So they only got a few million coins then.
Exactly.
Ka-ching!
Yeah, they only relied on the computing power of Google for a couple of hours. I mean, how much money could they have possibly made?
Yeah, well, I believe that the Pirate Bay started, or someone like that started monetizing their site by putting a little cryptocurrency JavaScript on their site when you visit it. So it would do that in the background.
I think they did it, I believe, the first people, ironically, because they're never behind the eight ball on anything, the first ones that did it were some of the porn sites, like Pornhub.
Oh, okay.
Was one of the very first ones to do it. They also one of the very first.
Means.
They were also one of the what do it. They were also one of the very first sites. Once again, because they're on ahead of the eight ball, to actually accept cryptocurrency as payment for the services as well. So, they not only do they let you pay for your membership via crypto, you can also mine while you're there.
Paid for services rendered.
Well, is it like a pro rata deal or?
Services happen first? I don't know. After being one of the first musicians to accept Bitcoin all the way back in 2014, rapper 50 Cent, a.k.a. Curtis Jackson, appears to have accumulated a small fortune in the volatile digital currency. As reported, and the man himself seems to have confirmed, 50 Cent left his Bitcoin sales untouched until rediscovering them sometime recently. At the time, he reportedly raked in around 700 Bitcoins in album sales for his fifth album, Animal Ambition, which launched in June 2014. On the date of the album's launch, one Bitcoin was worth $657. If reports of his 700 Bitcoin haul are accurate, then 50 Cent made about $460,000 in sales at the time. Not bad. Today's same amount of Bitcoin is worth $7.77 million. 50 appeared to confirm the news in an Instagram caption. Not bad for a kid from the south side. I'm so proud of me. Followed by the comment, I'm a keep it real. I forgot I did that shit, lol. A later Instagram post showed the Bitcoin imagery with the caption, all monies is good money over here. So I'd be happy to have 700 Bitcoin about now.
The funny part about that is he's literally just got off paying a lot of back taxes.
Yeah,
it's just miraculous that he completely forgot about this Bitcoin until after that settled.
What Bitcoin? Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know.
Forgot, silly me. Gosh, don't I look like an idiot?
I have to admit, and this is the thing, because I did the same thing. Back when it started, it was worth nothing, and you just didn't really think about it because you didn't really think it was going to be worth anything.
Paid 20 Bitcoins or something for a pizza.
Yeah, and it's like, whatever. And now, if I had my wallet that had $50 worth of Bitcoins back when Bitcoin first launched, or near when it first launched, which was 10 years ago, basically, I think it was from memory. So I had $50 in it just because it felt like something fun to do at the time. And that would have been worth, I don't know how many coins that was I purchased back then. It was only a few cents a coin, so, and then you lose your wallet and you're like, oh, well, there goes $50, whatever.
Now there goes $50 million. Striker would like to know what's 50 cents in Bitcoin. The person, what's his value, or
about 7.7 million, I think.
Yeah. Either that or 0.00000000001 error.
Well, I can work it out because 1 Bitcoin, 0.001 Bitcoin is 0.00008 Bitcoin is $1. So it's going to be in AUD. So it's going to be about 0.00004 Bitcoins.
I was close.
It's going to be 50 cents.
I was closest without going over.
You win the car.
Thank you, Johnny.
Pity it's my car. It's down the back if you want it. You just have to move the other car out of the way to get to it.
And push it home.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
only a few, like 1,000.
And ironically, I don't know, this won't show up on the screen grab, but in my screen grab, ironically, I'm actually mining currently 50 cents a day.
What's funny also, after I put my old graphics card back into this computer, which apparently isn't powerful enough to handle a new 1070 Ti turbo, as we found out.
Not without exploding anyway.
I started up NiceHash and it said, sorry, we're NVIDIA only, because the old card was AMD. And so I went to Awesome Miner and it started up and it's like, yeah, totes, no, we can mine stuff even with this 2 gig card. So
yeah, you'd be doing Equihash.
Possibly, yeah, I didn't.
Oh, the Equihash or SIA. Equihash, we'll get into that later, but yeah. I'll talk about that after. Things I've learned as my massive amount of time as a miner.
You're an expert now. Coin of the week, a new segment of the show, including the news we previously decided to chuck in here, something interesting to talk about. We're not recommending purchasing a particular coin, but Mr. T wanted to have some suggestions for investing. We're not recommending you do it, but he wants to do it as a test and then follow progress.
The idea is, and not so much this week because, as I said, things have gone astray, but technically the way it's supposed to work is that we're going to give you a coin, and then just to prove that we don't know what we're talking about, I'm actually going to throw like $10 or something at it and just see what happens.
Which might get him 0.0001 of a coin, but
or less.
He's going to have it, and then we'll watch it in the stock as it goes up or down. Or
see, this is like golf, isn't it? The lowest score wins.
It turns out that Striker may have accidentally bought the coin we're about to talk about due to me putting it in the notes as a sample coin to talk about. But I've actually got 1.3 of these coins, so not Tybeat. Not really Tybeat.
I've got
red train, so I bought something green. Yes, Neo's been green for over a week. It's the only one. Everything else has been going down, but now Neo's taken its dive, as everything is again.
Well, that's it. I mean, and as we talked about the other week, just because something tanks for a week doesn't mean it's going to continue to tank. It might tank for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
And then because it's tanked for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, every investor in the world suddenly buys everything they can afford, and
like
it
a
spikes.
camel hump.
So,
and so when you invest in it, buy when it's low. And if you want to be a micromanaging investor, you can set up on certain sites automatic purchasing and selling based on certain values. So you could say, pick this particular coin, then wait till it gets worth, buy it at $100 US. If it gets to $400 US, sell all of it or sell 50%, not 50 cent, 50%. And then
sometimes it's the same thing.
Again, when it comes back down again, buy it again. Now you got twice as much. It goes up, sell, up, down, and you can set that up to automate. Or people might sit there and buy and sell every half an hour. Just when something goes up, sell it. buy something else that's low and wait till it goes up, sell it, and you can make a lot of money that way if you're that motivated, which I'm not. I'm of the hodl team. Buy something and sit on it for a while. That being said, I bought probably about 5 coins that I've exchanged for something else as in the end. So it's changed probably more in the last 1 month to 6 weeks. My portfolio has changed through various permutations, but it's not doing too bad. Striker says hodl for life. Yeah, that's the way to be. All right. So the coin...
you spelled 4 wrong.
Just explaining what the coin is, particularly if it has a good world use. So a coin is probably not worth investing in if it does not have a unique, useful real-world application. So there are coins that are going to be used in transport networks. There's coins that's going to be used in different countries.
There's Australian-only coins.
Australia coin, copper, fair dinkum, mate.
And that's it. Like there is, I saw...
there's IOTA, which is for the Internet of Things, and it's going to be a coin on a network that is providing communications between webcams, TVs, fridges, microwaves, your toaster, your television, vacuum cleaner, cameras, security cameras, everything is going... A front doorbell from Ring or whatever. They'll all communicate through this encrypted cryptocurrency network called IOTA, and there's about 3 or 4 of those now. There's a power one that's going to let you use your solar electricity excess that you generated rather than selling it back to the network at piss-poor rates. You're actually going to be able to sell it to your next-door neighbour who can't afford to put solar on his roof, but it's cheaper to buy from you.
That's actually been a work in progress for a while. They've only just figured out how to sort of make that actually work. I actually really don't mind that idea. And there's others too. I was looking the other day. I think it's JB or Harvey Norman, or it's one of those big chain stores that's got on the bandwagon and got their own coin now as well. It's not a coin in the traditional sense, although it is still classed as like a, cryptocurrency, but it's more like it's done through.
You know who should have it? EB Games.
Repeat purchases and loyalty cards and that sort of stuff. Instead of just getting an email saying, "Hey, here's 5% off your next thing," it's like, "Here, have 0.2 of a coin," or whatever it's going to work out to. So,
Striker said, "Psst. Hey, do you want to buy some solar, man? I got all the solar you can have.
I can hook you up with some solar.
I need some solar real bad, man." Strike
yes,
says, don't invoice in Australia coin, Dogecoin for the win. He says he doesn't want his vacuum cleaner having access to currency. Well, if it sucks it all
I
in
don't
for
know.
you. Charging if someone presses your doorbell would be great. Yep.
You know what I don't want? I don't want my fridge to be able to order shit because it's got its own currency. That's a problem.
I would like that. It'd probably
What do you mean you didn't order 14 tons of ice cream?
It would order the healthy things for me, and I'd be telling it that I want the healthy things, but I don't really want the healthy things. I want the chocolate ice cream and the chips and the popcorn and the stuff.
Well, you can see there you go to the shower, and the next thing you know, there's like all, clay of volcanic ash, and you're like, make it stop.
Somebody hacked my shower again.
There's an expression you never thought you'd say.
Hack the shower. Hack the planet.
Hack the planet.
So the coin that we're going to talk about is NEO, which is formerly known as Ant Shares. NEO sounds cool. It's like got a matrixy feel about it.
I knew you were going to do that.
No way.
Everything's got to go to the Matrix.
NEO is often referred to as the Chinese Ethereum or Ethereum's killer by many. Many crypto projects have a great future because of their reasons for being built, i.e. the problems they solve. NEO is no exception. NEO is the first decentralized open source cryptocurrency and blockchain platform launched in China. Apart from the NEO cryptocurrency, NEO has one more crypto token called GAS, formerly known as ANC Antcoins. NEO tags itself as a distributed network for the smart economy, and NEO's goals speaks volumes about their smart economy concept. Digital assets. Neo aims to convert traditional assets into digital ones using smart contracts. These digital assets will be decentralized and will be protected by law using digital certificates on the blockchain, which in turn will guarantee trust. A digital identity. Neo will enable the creation of identity information of organizations, individuals, and entities in electronic form. These identities will be usable in multi-factor authentication mechanisms such as facial recognition, fingerprints, voice recognition, and SMS. And I hope, something that just occurred to me now is that Neo could verify that the company or person you're talking to is the one who they say they are, instead of you going to my bank website .dodgy instead of .com or something like that. You go to the wrong place and somebody steals all your stuff. Maybe they could use this digital identity for banks and businesses and individuals to prove who they are to certain people when they need to, so that they got more trust and authenticity there. That would be worthwhile. So the Neo to Bitcoin value at the moment is 0.013978 Bitcoins, which is about $152.79 US. I've got about 1.303 Neo coins. I had less than one Neo coin, and I had another coin on Cryptopia in New Zealand and sold that and transferred it across and bought Neo with it because that one wasn't doing as well as I was hoping it would do. So that's one out of my 7 altcoins at the moment. So Neo's been going up recently. It's just taken a bit of a dive. So if Mr. T wanted to buy something like that, we could suggest that when it's at a bottom, perhaps what we might think might be the bottom, and then watch.
And bearing in mind too that when we do, I'll probably do this tonight or tomorrow night when I get a chance. Bearing in mind that too, when I do buy, I'm literally talking like $10. So at the end of the day, it's not going to affect my financial situation. I'll either lose $10 or gain $10. So I'm not fast, but it's going to be just a really interesting way of tracking it and seeing sort of
what happens.
Yeah, and how it reacts. And is it possible to, and I mean, Bitcoin's an example, is it possible to make money off $10? That's the other thing. Like,
yep. That would be
can it be done?
So one of the things that we'll keep in mind is that when Mr. T sends his money, his fiat to bdcmarkets.net, which is where he's got his account, it's one that accepts Australian currency via BPay. It'll land in his account there, which will be a credit to his account in Australian dollars. Then he needs to purchase Neo. He can't do that on BTC Markets because they have maybe a dozen different coins that they keep there. They don't have a lot of alts. So he'll need to purchase most likely Ethereum because Ethereum transfers a lot faster than Bitcoin. You can use Bitcoin, but it'll probably take you a while to get it from one exchange to the other, and Bitcoin prices are quite high. So he'll purchase Ethereum on BTC Markets, then go to his Binance account, check the wallet there, and copy the wallet details to deposit from BTC Markets to Binance.
The only issue I have with cryptocurrency in general is this multiple wallet thing is just a pain in the backside.
Yep.
Just give me one holding account, like a one bank account sort of deal, where I can just, everything goes into that. It stays as its own currency, it stays as its own whatever, but it just...
It'll stay like that on BTC Markets, but you've got to get that to another exchange to get your altcoins.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just one. One's more than enough. I can lose one, let alone losing 43.
And here's the other thing. So Bitcoin would be slow to transfer from BTC Markets to Binance, but Bitcoin will also be more expensive to convert into the altcoin when you get to the other end. So you need to make sure that Binance has got an ability for you to purchase Neo, trade Ethereum for Neo. Because if there isn't a direct conversion, then you'll have to get Bitcoin and then wait a long time for it to transfer, then pay higher transfer conversion fees, and then turn it into Neo at the other end. So this is the process, if you're willing to be patient enough to deal with it. It's not as simple as, I got some money, here, take my money and give me Neo.
Well, I suppose it could be. Well,
It could be, but Binance doesn't take fiat, so it has to go through an intermediary.
Yeah, but I mean, if you bought, I don't know, half a Bitcoin or whatever, and just use that as your primary currency, you could technically, I suppose, just purchase other coins with that. As you said, I know it takes longer, but
there'll still be a larger purchase fee from Bitcoin to that one. Then it would be.
No, I realise that, but I guess it depends on what do you value more. Do you value a couple of dollars, or is your time? You know what I mean? Like, I guess it depends on which way around.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, is your time more critical? Is than a couple of bucks? If a couple of bucks is more important, then you're going to take a bit extra time. If time's more important, well, you're going to spend a couple of bucks. So
yeah. Well, for an example, when I transferred my, I had the altcoin at Cryptopia, and I transferred that into Bitcoin, and then to transfer it back to Binance, I had 0.04 Bitcoin to transfer, and they charged 0.01, which was a quarter of my money, to transfer it from Cryptopia to Binance. So I lost a quarter of my money that I wanted to invest on Neo at the other end, and they keep it. So keep these things in mind when you're transferring between places.
Turns out you can use something like Jax, which is not all currencies, but a hell of a lot of them. Yeah,
I've got Jax on my computer to try out soon.
I got Jax on my computer too, but what's that got to do with anything?
Litecoin. Litecoin is another one that's very fast and cheap to transfer, but you have to make sure that you've got a Litecoin / Neo or whatever your other alt is at the other end. Otherwise, even then, you're going to be converting it to Bitcoin and then converting it back to Neo.
You know Jax is going to be fair and honest and true and friendly because it's made by Canadians.
There you go. Hey.
What else could it be?
What else could it be, eh? And if they made a mistake, they're very sorry.
That's it. I'll keep your money, but they're sorry.
I don't know why there's a bit of Irish going into my accent there.
Yeah, I know. There's an Irish Canadian. That's okay. They're fairly common.
It's a thing.
Scottish, Irish, Canadian. It's a great mix. You should see them when they have a couple of drinks. They try to give themselves an uppercut.
So
and then apologise for it.
They might be half cut. So, for an example, if Mr. T gets his screenshot machine and goes over to Binance.com, then in the search box there, just type Neo.
Wait, I've got too many tabs open. Hang on a second.
Get with the program.
That's the only tab I didn't have open, believe it or not. I've got every other tab open except that one.
So Binance.com, and then
I'm having this issue where it goes, hey, this is a secure thing. You sure you want to go there? Oh, come on. I did this to me the other day too. It does not like that website. Chrome
you have to use Firefox. Firefox Quantum, it's the new hotness.
Because you go there and it says this is a secure website, and then when you actually try to do something, it says this isn't a secure website. You're like,
don't log in or anything.
I'm just trying to go there. There we go. There we go. That was too far.
So there you see where are you?
That's in. Hang on, it's gone to the. Yeah, see, the website's down now. Great. Yeah, pick the website that's down. That's great.
It's not down for me, son, and it doesn't look anything like that on mine. Are you at binance.com? Binance.
Binance, yeah.
It should have a great big black bar across the top and then a marketplace in white at the bottom.
So I think I'm just having Java issues. That's all right. It's getting there. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one. So there's a search box there next to USDT markets.
Search box there next to USDT markets. Where the hell's that?
Underneath the XRP BTC and VEN BTC.
Oh, down there. Oh, come on. Scroll.
So type Neo into the search box and then click on Neo/BTC.
Neo/BTC.
If you click on that, it'll come up with a graph and you can see Neo's mostly been going up for quite a while. It had a little dip there earlier today, but it's heading back up again. So Striker should be a bit happier there.
So it started at, where are we, 0.013 and it's closed at not closed, but it's actually currently moving, but it did peak at 0.014, so that's 0.001 of a Bitcoin.
Yeah,
which doesn't sound like a much, but as we said, that's like
Bitcoin's $15,000 or something.
Yeah, that's it. So that's like $50.
Yeah, so
we worked out that 0.0004 was 50 cents, so that's actually more than that.
Well, one Neo is $159. It's got in the top left there, last price.
So it's changed like $5. That $5 difference today, just in a jump. So it's not too bad.
So you can see there, it's got a limit buy, which means only buy it at this price and nothing else. So you could set it lower than current and hope it goes down. If you click on Market tab, then you buy it at whatever the current price is, however many Neo you've got. And the thing I like about Binance is if you've got, say, so many Bitcoins and you want to use all of it for Neo, you just click on 100% button and it'll trade all of your Bitcoin for Neo. If you want to trade half of it, it's got 50%, 25% for a quarter. So it's really easy. When I used Cryptopia, you had to keep on typing in numbers until you worked out that this equals this many of that, and you're spending all your Bitcoin stuff. It was just too complicated. I just want to hit a button. I've traded something else into Bitcoin so that I can trade it for Neo. I want to use all of the Bitcoin. Click on 100%, hit trade. That's it, done.
That's it. Like you look at last week, it opened at 0.0026.
Yep.
And that's only for what's that one?
It's gone out like seven times.
That's only not even. So was that 3 months ago when it opened?
Yeah.
4 months ago when it opened. So in 4 months, yeah. So that's not a bad effort, really.
Yeah.
For a coin that's really, it slips under the radar, because when you look at the standard sheets and whatever, it's not there. Like if you look at your we'll talk about
and
it later,
don't forget that at the moment, until they may or may not be banned, China has got massive mining farms in data centers all over China.
Yeah, that's why the Chinese coins do so well, because of that exact reason. And saying you're going to ban a mining farm and actually being able to ban a mining farm are two entirely different things.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we'll totally switch them off. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, like they're illegal. They're illegal. You can't possibly mine anonymous coins anonymously. It's not possible. Oh, wait, hang on. That's the entire thing it's based on.
In the world, and people can't buy anything illegally.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get it. That's all fine down to say. Well, they do though. They say it's. I guess now it's probably not technically legal, but what do you do? It's not like you can shut them down. That's the whole point of anonymous cryptocurrency. It's anonymous cryptocurrency. Like you can't tell who's mining it, who's getting it, who's selling it, and who's buying it. That's the whole reason it's like that. So you can't really ban the people. I mean, you could probably limit, like at the moment with certain programs, you can have multiple systems mining under the one sort of dashboard or the one control. I guess you could possibly say, hey, look, if you design a program, you're only allowed to have one system per program. But then all that means is you just have multiple wallets.
Yep.
And
don't buy your programs from your country, buy it from somebody else's who's allowed to write it for a bit more stuff.
Yeah. It's funny. China can't use Google, but they can Bitcoin. They can Bitcoin mine like it's going out of fashion. So.
And now for our main topic, why mine crypto coins? Well, it's a way to get the coins for yourself without having to trade actual money. You have to remember from previous shows that unless you have 100% solar while you're mining, it's going to cost you money. So
yeah, and that's going to vary depending on how powerful your GPU is. The more powerful your GPU, the more power it's going to use, the more it's going to cost.
Yep. And if you've got 6 in a mining rig, like some striker person that we won't mention on the show, then you might be mining enough to quit your job. Some people have got a few rigs running and they make more money mining coins than they did in their 9-to-5 usual job. Most coins, when they come out, they'll release maybe 75% of the coins. Is it mining rigs? They'll release maybe 75% of the coins to be able to trade, purchase, and the other 25% will be mined only. And so those coins will only be generated by mining rigs and mining people. So it gives them a chance to get coins without spending any of their cash, but it also gets the other coins that need to be used in the system.
8
1080
8 1080s
TI Turbo 8 gig or 16.
Well, it's about $100 a day.
Yep.
Or whatever it is.
So
there you
it
go.
can be
There's
worthwhile, and you're not going to be. Let's put it this way: you're not going to be mining Bitcoin with it.
There's a Chinese rig for you, just like an entire wall full of systems.
I like the portable air conditioner.
Blind behind the rack. There's a 13 mining rig.
Homemade. People are buying frames from shopping centres like Bunnings or something and connecting up to there. It's just a generic frame that's not made for mining, but it just has the right riser.
8 by
height.
12. These are 12 gig cards.
Nice.
There's 8 of those.
There's actually some people are saying that certain graphics card companies or certain retailers who are selling graphics cards should only be selling to gamers and the general public and not mining people who are going to buy like 12 of them and stick them in mining rigs, and then somebody wants to buy a new computer and they can't because there's no more graphics cards left. I think it was Asus or someone has released the mining card, which is only optimized for mining, and you could use it in your general computer, but you're not going to use it for that mostly. So that's
they don't have headers on them.
Another stream of revenue for them.
Yeah, they don't have any headers. They're just literally GPUs without display outputs.
Yep.
So there's one for you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards per, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 80 cards there.
Yep. He better have solar.
And a heap of fans to keep it running. So yeah, look, there's the problem with Australia in general. Yeah, unless you have solar or an alternative means of energy. I mean, okay, on two 1080s, you can roughly earn $100 a week.
Yep.
The problem is at basically 1,000 watts or thereabouts per system. If you don't have solar, it's going to be costing you the same amount as you're making.
Yep.
In power.
So it's just a waste.
Because it's about 22 cents a kilowatt, and you're going to be making about it's going to be spending about 22 cents an hour to do it. So, you really need to have some form of in my case, I have solar on the roof to run during, and we'll talk about my rig later, but I've got solar on the roof, and then I've got also off-grid solar backup or solar system as well. So I have solar during the day, and then I have battery running overnight. So my system actually runs off grid entirely.
Yep.
So.
Okay, we might have to power through the rest of this because we're running out of show time. What can
Everybody recommend one thing I had, and this is when I first started. I'm like, hey, what do I need? What do I use? How can I do it? So everybody said, go to whattomine.com.
Yep. So I've done I've looked at it a bit more now, so making a little bit more sense out of it. Go to whattomine.com. So the graphics cards are listed up the top, and in the white box next to the graphics card, put in how many you have of that one. So I have one 1070 Ti, so I click on the 1070 Ti and make it green. See if Mr. T can do that as an example.
I'm trying to find where it is. There we go.
Yep. And everything else should be just greyed out. So get rid of that red one above it. Yep. So that's how many cards of whatever type that you've got in your rig. Then all the next blue ones are all the different types of algorithms that can be mined. So your particular card might not be good at mining NIST 5, but it might be really good at Equihash or Kryptonite. So it'll tell you that. The next thing you need to do is in costs, put in how many dollars per kilowatt hour it costs you in electricity. If you're doing solar at 0.0, so you can just put that in there.
Yeah, I think it's about 22 cents for the average person.
Yep. Click calculate down the bottom there. And then if you scroll down, the top coin listed there. For me, it's Z Classic, which is Zcash, and it's the most profitable for me with that particular card. So it says profitability, current 99%, 24 hours 112%, over 3 days 104%, 7 days 110%. So if you can mine Z Classic with a 1070 Ti and you know how to do that by watching tutorials on YouTube or what have you, then that would be the best one. The next best one is Bulwark. After that, Zencash, NiceHash, Neoscript, NiceHash, Equihash, GoByte, Bitcoin Gold. So those are in order of decreasing profitability. So if you want to figure out what's the best thing for you to be mining, and the software we'll talk about in a minute will automatically select that for you, so you don't need to know specifically. But if you wanted to only mine that one particular thing, you can get a application that will only mine that one thing and nothing else.
And so the problem with this software, as I discovered, is it only works with very few of the
He's not going to put all the cards in there because...
And there's no way to use this software if you don't have your card listed. So...
Yep. Anything older than those ones, they're not going to show.
Yeah.
So 280X AMD or a Vega 64 NVIDIA, don't go anything lower than those.
Having said that, it kind of ends up being irrelevant because the software, as we discovered, the software that we use selects the best one for your card anyway. So, and this is a rough guide. I've found it to be, in my particular case, it's out by an absolute mile. It's out by like 60%. So,
okay. Well, it might give you an idea, I guess.
Yeah,
that's the best you can do.
But yeah, so anyway, so when I first started, everyone goes, "Oh, I'll go to what to mine, and they'll tell you what to do." And I went there and I got confused. I went, "Oh, screw it, I'll just start doing it, see what happens." Now I knew my cards. Everyone's saying the new GeForce 1070 or 1080 or the RX 570s, 580s, that sort of thing. Which is fine if you want to mine Bitcoins or you want to mine at a huge rate. Okay, if you want to go and spend $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $1,200, $1,500 on a card, no worries, go for it. You've got to look at return on value on that, and for me, it wasn't feasible. So what I did, against everybody's advice, and everyone told me it wouldn't work, I've got 4 cards in my system because, well, I do this. I stream. We do a lot of recording, a lot of streaming, a lot of...
and he has 20 monitors, so...
Yeah, 4 or 5 monitors. We also do like game streaming and play games, and nothing in super hardcore, but it all sort of adds up. And it's easy if you have one bit of recording and streaming software on one card, your web browser on another card, and the game on another card. It just makes the cards work easier. It's easier on the system to do it that way,
and cheaper.
So I have 4. I can't remember what these are. Let me actually load while we're talking about it. Let me load up.
They're 4 gig graphics cards, aren't they?
These are 3 gig cards.
3 gig cards.
They're Sapphire cards, which are by default overclocked, so that helps. It's originally an 850 megahertz card with a 900 megahertz memory bus, overclocked to 950 meg and 1000 megahertz memory. So that sort of helps. I can't actually mine because it'll destroy everything.
Yep.
But so they're relatively slow cards. They're 670s, I think. The video. They're a fairly old card. They're probably you have to be going on 3 or 4 year old card now. Yeah. But so what I did was I just loaded Awesome Miner.
Yep.
Which is the first piece of software I came across. I figured out how to, with some help, how to get a wallet and get all that set up and organized and working. And then I literally just let it run.
Yep.
And I also have a work computer because I'm on 2 weeks holiday at the moment. The work computer sitting there, it's got a single 2 gig card in it, and it's literally only mining Equihash. So if I show you this one here, the card in that is only not even a 2. I think it's only a 1 gig card actually, but it's mining Equihash all the time, just at work.
So people might be thinking, why do I want to mine Equihash or using Kryptonite or things like this. There's different coins and different algorithms. When you get the coins at the end, you select an option in Awesome Miner that at the end, once you finish your day's worth of mining, it'll convert all of those into a whatever value Bitcoin. So you might still get 0.01 or 0.001 Bitcoins, but it makes it into Bitcoins. You probably don't want to keep Equihash at the end. Maybe you do, up to you, but you can get it to convert it into Bitcoin, which most people know about and work with. So it's good software. Awesome Miner is one of the managed profit apps, and what it does, when you start it up, you put in what kind of card you got, AMD or NVIDIA, so it knows which algorithms to work. And then it'll connect to an exchange and say, with this particular card, which can mine at this particular rate. And some of the apps, you can do a benchmark on it first, so it can work out what it's most efficient at. It'll connect there to the exchange and say, what's the most profitable one today? Like we saw on whattomine.com, and it'll start mining that. And then you can set it to check every half hour or every hour or whatever you like, and it'll connect back to the exchange just in case that coin has gone down and another one has surged up ahead, so it'll switch to mining that one instead, and it'll just keep going for whatever is the most profitable coin at the moment. And then you might end up with like 10 or 20 different coins being mined during the day, but at the end of the day it converts it all back to Bitcoin anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So for me, it generally, on my computer, it generally mines Ethereum.
Yep.
Is what it does as its main one, and then there must be a little bit of processing power left over, so it goes on to Pascal and loads a bit of that. My work computer, so it's mostly Ethereum, this one does, and then my work computer does the Zencash, Equihash.
Yep.
And now it's only earning me about 50 cents a day, but the thing is, it's sitting at work doing nothing, it's earning me 50 cents a day. So,
it's not like nothing, just ask 50 cents.
Yeah. That's it. But so you'll notice my biggest one that this system runs is Dagger Hashimoto, which is Ethereum. And then occasionally Pascal is its secondary one. Now, the cool part about this is nicehash.com, by the way. You can go and look at your profile. The neat part is it shows you a graph of your earnings. And you can see gradually I've gradually got this slope going on that's the coin value is going up. And of course, it's sunk here because it's only the work computer that's currently mining while I'm streaming and everything with this computer.
Yep.
But you'll notice that payments about this time every night, it says down the bottom there, they're being payment. So whenever you get to the minimum value, which is about, in Australian dollars, it's about $11, I think is the payout value. Yep. It will automatically pay you out. Now, I'm going to be paid out this time tomorrow. I'll actually receive a payout of $14.
And then he's going to purchase Neo.
Which for 2 weeks, which for 2 weeks mining isn't a bad effort. And if you look at this, currently I'm on $35 a month, and that's just with the work computer. But when I have this computer running as well, my monthly estimated is about $55 a month. So,
and that can pay for a Minecraft server.
Yeah. So as I said, given that, if anybody wants to donate money, just use that link there. That's fine. You can give me money there. That's my wallet. So yeah. I mean, as I said, my system's not super powerful. My graphic cards aren't super powerful, but for no outlay expense, for me to receive $50 a month for doing absolutely nothing, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
As I said, for me, I can't justify spending $1,000 on a card because, okay, I might earn $50 a week, but it's still going to take me, best part of half a year or whatever to pay it back before I start seeing any return on investment. So,
other software, as Mr. T mentioned, NiceHash. That's a very simple, easy one to set up. You go to the website, register, create an account, and then download the software for your computer, run it, input your email address, and it'll just start mining, similar to Awesome Miner, whichever happens to be the most profitable at the moment. I didn't really like the NiceHash one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. For me, I just found the Awesome Miner to be a better option. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any reason for that. And don't forget, all of these places will be charging you fees, particularly if you connect to a mining pool. So just check out which site is going to be better for you. There's another one, Minergate, that I had a look at, which worked quite well with my current Radeon card, but I did a bit of Googling around about Minergate, and there's some people are complaining about dodgy practices, and I won't go into it, but you can do your own research, so maybe give that one a skip. Ether Miner is for mining Ethereum only, and I don't think it does anything else, so if you want to get
Ethereum is good if you've got a slower system and a slower card.
Yep.
Ethereum seems to be relatively easy to mine, so it seems to be fairly profitable on an older system.
And if Mr. T
Somebody's got a payout of $213.
Nice.
A mining payout.
If Mr. T goes to the next link in the show notes to buybitcoinworldwide.com/mining/pools, we've got what is a mining pool? Mining pools are groups of cooperating miners who agree to share block rewards in proportion to their contributed mining hash power. While mining pools are desirable to the average miner as they smooth out rewards, make them more predictable, they unfortunately concentrate power to the mining pool's owner. Miners can, however, choose to redirect their hashing power to a different mining pool at any time. So with Awesome Miner, you can set up 3 or 4 different mining pools, and it'll also take into account, I think, the prices charged on those pools. But what happens is, rather than you being one person mining on your computer by yourself, you join a pool. There's thousands or tens of thousands of people all mining together. And once a coin is generated, it works out based on how much power each person has put into it and their availability, how often they've been on there, as to how much of a coin that you get paid compared to other people. So it can mean that you get paid smaller bits more often, but you're definitely going to get something and smoother output. So there's most of the mining pools are in China for reasons we've discussed already. There are about 20 major mining pools broken down percent of hash power controlled by a pool and the location of the pool's company. They estimate the Chinese pools control about 81%. So biggest mining pools, there's a chart there, pie chart showing all of the different places you can mine through. And the top mining pools, China, there's one Ant pool, possibly because Ant Shares was the name of Neo originally, so they call it Ant Pool because they'd be mining Neo. BTC.top is a private pool, cannot be joined. BTC.com is a public mining pool that can be joined. However, they recommend joining Slush Pool instead. Bixen is another mining pool that's based in China. It's a public one. Unless you speak Chinese, they don't recommend it. BTCC is a pool and also China's third largest Bitcoin exchange. Mining tool currently mines about 7% of all blocks. And there's a few more there to have a look through. Slush was the first mining pool and currently mines about 3% of all blocks. Probably one of the best and most popular mining pools despite not being one of the largest. So you can look into that. Striker has put out a link there if you want to have a look at his pool.hashrefinery.com, which is another mining pool you can join called Hash Refinery. He says he makes $100 a week for every pair of graphics cards that he's got. And Ant Pool is probably for Ant Miner users. There we go.
What? Stupid Windows. How do you compute?
I am not knowing things. So that's some of his stats you can see there.
Yeah. Bitcoin, M7M, says all those Neo. Yes, Crypt, Quark, X11. Yeah.
So I thought NiceHash looked, I guess, nice. It seemed simple enough to use for average Joe who doesn't know much about computers. If you know a bit more, you might go for Awesome Miner, which doesn't have quite as pretty an interface, but it's easy enough to use, and you can watch YouTube tutorials, I believe, or just read on the website how to set it up. It's not complex, it just doesn't look as nice.
I mean, I use the NiceHash wallet. I find it was really nice and simple and easy to set up and just worked well.
Yep.
But I found that Awesome Miner was better for mining. I really liked Minergate, but it was a brilliant piece of software, worked perfectly, did a lot of stuff, But as you said, once you started looking into it, the jury's still out a bit on that. Ether Miner is I started playing with at work. I ended up going with Awesome Miner again just because I was familiar with it. But Ether Miner, as I said, if you've got a lower round system, it seems to work quite well.
Yeah, I don't think Ethereum's complicated to mine, whereas something like Bitcoin takes a lot of processing power to get something decent out of it.
Yeah.
And that's probably enough for this show. It's gone on twice as long as our last couple of shows, but sometimes we just can't shut up when we're enjoying ourselves.
Sometimes.
Go watch any of our other podcasts. You'll see what we mean.
Yeah.
We had some good experiences with that software. I've ordered a brand new computer being sent sometime the next week or so, and I'll put my 1070 Ti NVIDIA graphics card into that when it arrives. Because
you should just order another one to go with it.
Yes, I thought about that.
You could have had two.
I might yet. Or a 1080. We'll see. Visit our
go to 1080. Go the whole hog.
Visit our website at aussietechcrypto.com. Send us an email from the Contact Us form on there, or jump onto Discord. There's a link button on the aussietechcrypto.com site on how to get to our Discord. And you can watch us streaming live on the Twitch, as Striker has done, and chat to us on the Discord at the same time as we're doing the show. And there's an example of what can happen if you get a dodgy, cheap power connector for your graphics card.
This is a combination of a really dodgy and really, really thin power connector, overloading your power supply, and splicing a 4-pin to an 8-pin. So don't do any of that. 2 Molexes
to 8 pins is supposed to be quite sufficient, but it's the wires that were too thin, I believe. So
don't do any of those.
I bought that from a computer shop, so that guy cheated me out of money. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone.
It's just about every retail shop, isn't
it? Striker says the whole hog is the $5,000 Titan V. There you go.
Just the name of it. Aspires.
Alrighty. Anyway, we'll catch you next time, and thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
This show is a part of the Aussie Tech Heads podcasting network. You can listen to us at aussietechradio.com. We're not licensed advisors, so please don't invest your life savings in anything we say on the show. You can contact us at feedback@aussietechcrypto.com. Visit the website aussietechcrypto.com. Thanks for listening to Aussie Tech Crypto. Tune in each week for more fun and information.